fucked up and I hit the wrong button, bro. I hope we're
What
back.
does that mean?
I made a mistake and I hit the wrong button and I ended the stream.
Oh, you ended the stream. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh my God. I think I just
It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Ah, damn it. Why is these buttons so close together, bro? Damn it.
It needs like a "Are you sure?" button. Like an "Are you sure you want to leave?"
Son of a bitch. I'm pretty mad at myself right now.
It's okay. At the end of this video, we'll just have the continuation on a new video.
I mean, we're streaming already again. Yeah.
Is it the same link?
No, it's not the same link. We're in a different stream right now.
Got it.
So I'll give him the stream. Right now.
It's okay. At the end of this video, we'll just have the continuation on a new video.
I mean, we're streaming already again.
We're back.
Yeah.
Is it the same link?
All right.
All right. Tell them what happened.
All right. Yeah, I screwed up. There's two buttons, and one button's right here on the left, and one button's on the right. Both buttons are the color red. One says end stream, one says record. They're the same shape, the same color, and I have never made this mistake in 5 years of doing this, but I finally did. I finally hit the wrong freaking button. I can't believe it. I hope you guys come back.
I think it's more than 5 years, actually.
However long it's been, I have to customize this stream now.
8 years we've been doing this. 8 or 9 years. Actually, it'd be 8 years. It's 8 years, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That was my bad. My bad.
This is what happens when you show Sydney Sweeney videos, guys. This is what happens. It just breaks things. I'm telling you, she made a deal with the devil.
All right.
It's all good.
I'm just going to change that. Hopefully you guys come back. Sorry, guys. We just lost half our audience because these stupid buttons are like this. It's really hard to explain. They're the same color. They're the same size. And they're right next to each other. Whoever designed this UI should burn in hell. I'm so mad.
We've all had these moments. See, Anthony Mark just said, this happened to me in 1999. I deleted all my employer accounting software. Dude, I feel you. I did that as well. I deleted all of our products on Amazon at one time.
Oh, yeah.
In the push of a button. Moments. See,
oh, you have to tell this story, actually, because this is wild. So at one point, all of our income was coming from basically this third-party seller, Amazon. And one time, our website, it's actually semi my fault too. We designed a website, and there was a time where Amazon pulled all of its images from your website to use on their platform. And Shane went in there, and he meant to click delete on a single image, but instead he clicked the folder delete.
Yep.
And it just instantly deleted all the images off the server.
Everything.
Which kicked all the products off of Amazon. And I remember Shane calling me like, hey, why is there no "Are you sure you want to delete all of your shit" button? I'm like, the website goes, everything I've ever done says "Are you sure?" This didn't even say "Are you sure?" I pressed the delete button and everything just ended. And I'm like, yeah, that's how servers work, bro. I mean, he's like, that's stupid. And by the way, to this day, now our website, when you press delete on a file, it says, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this?"
Right.
So we corrected that. So we lost half of our viewers. I'm sorry, guys. That was my mistake.
Hopefully they find. I mean, listen, if you were watching and you're enjoying it, you should be able to click on the BRANE Show videos live, and we'll be back here. So
yeah, I can't believe it.
It happens, buddy. No big deal. No problem.
Okay, so
Chappie, member for 11 months. Well, now you owe us more Sydney Sweeney on a loop. In slow motion, really slow motion.
I need to get that up. Hold up. That's funny.
Yeah, just do the part where she's like rubbing the jeans as she's walking away. I think everybody would be pretty happy with that.
Right. Hold on. Let me get this up.
Some people would think that we sound sexist by saying that,
or maybe we just sound like heterosexual
or we just sound
men.
like men.
Yeah.
Red-blooded men.
Okay, I got that back up. Everything's back up. Okay? All right.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay.
Don't worry. You can always go back and rewatch the other show on loop if you'd like.
I mean, to be fair, at least we're at the end of a topic. It's not like we're like in the middle of a topic. So
That's true. That's fair.
okay. So as I was saying, we gave you the side dish, the French fries and the potatoes with the first story, and then we gave you the dessert with Sydney Sweeney. Let's be real. That was a little bit of an ice cream. And now we're going to give you the meat, the entree, the protein.
The protein.
John. All right, you got me, bro. I made the mistake because I was trying to order a Sydney Sweeney bar of soap, and I hit the wrong button. Okay? It's my fault. My fault. You're right.
I wish you guys had been with me on the back end after he did it, because he just kept going, oh my God. Oh my God. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on? He's like, oh my God. I pushed the button and I'm so confused. I didn't even know the stream was over.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a
It's not
recreation of this
telling
what happened,
nothing.
right? I'm like, and click, and I go, bleep, 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 oh, bleep, oh, bleep, 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 bleep. And she's like, what? I'm like, I pushed the button. I pushed the bleeping button. Bleep, 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 bleep. And he's like, what is going on? I'm like, bleep. And then I was like, I'm just gonna press it again and see what happens. It started a whole new stream.
Is that what happened? Yeah.
There should be a way to reconnect to your stream. I've never understood why you couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. YouTube can make lots of good corrections if they wanted to. You know why? Because it doesn't make them any money, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't make them a penny.
That's why.
Okay, well, let's talk about this. The Attorney General told Trump his name appeared in the Epstein files. Now, what we know is that the Wall Street Journal has been going after Trump nonstop the last month. They have been pulling out every rabbit out of every hat. Some of the stuff they just straight up made up. Some of the stuff was conjecture that they're bringing back into the forefront to purposely pressure Trump for some reason. Maybe it's the Epstein files. Maybe it's because they hate him. We don't know. If you recall, Shane wasn't here for this, but you can recall this story where they found the card that they said came from Trump. It was Trump's signature. We found out later that's not Trump's signature. This card, it's not Trump's signature. And this card is pretty much completely fabricated. Anyone could have done this. And the person that was typing his letters at the time said she never typed that. So he's suing the Wall Street Journal for defamation, right? Which I think he'll probably win, because that is 100% defamation.
Yeah, and let's be something clear. People are making a lot of fun for him suing everybody, right? They think it's funny, or they're making fun of him, or they think it's ridiculous. It's literally the only action he has to go against all of the fake news, and I know that term's been overused, but truly fake news that's occurred. All you got is suing. I mean, thank God he's suing and not deciding like, I'm going to send tanks in. Okay, so I'm just saying,
right?
you know what I mean? Everybody thought he was a dictator, but look what he's doing. He's following our government system.
Yeah, everyone calls him a fascist, but the fascist is using the legal system.
Right.
Oh, what? He has the power to have you murdered and put your head on a pike. But no. He's using the legal system, and then you make fun of him for it. Okay, all right, that's cool. But I gotta tell you, like, bottom line is this is not only defamation, but like it is bad. You are effectively calling Trump a pedophile, and you are telling a story in fake texts that just didn't happen.
Yeah, well, dude, people want him dead. So this is nothing.
Right.
Like, people would be okay with him being assassinated. It's ridiculous. And so this, nothing. I put none of this past people who really want to get rid of him.
So he's suing the Wall Street Journal. We talked about this last week, and he's probably going to win that. But Wall Street Journal hits back. And I want you guys to know something. I can't show you the Wall Street Journal article because every one of their articles is behind a paywall, which, by the way, I'm not a lawyer, but I know this. It actually makes his case even more credible, his lawsuit even stronger, because it is a paid advertisement. They're making money off of defaming him. So they have no protection when they lie. But this is not a lie. And and I can't show you the Wall Street Journal because, again, it's all paid, and I'm not paying for the Wall Street Journal. But luckily, New York Times, like the vultures they are, went ahead and just reported on what they reported on. So here we are. The Attorney General told Trump his name appeared in Epstein files. It was not clear what those documents were, and this is important, or in what context the president's name was raised. And I got to give it to the New York Times here. You know, the Wall Street Journal had a very similar headline. But you know what they didn't include? That byline. You know, or the sub-headline, whatever it's called.
Subhead, you're right.
Subhead. So they had a very similar headline, even more damning, I would argue. Trump knew that his name was in the Epstein files. Attorney General made it clear to him, whatever it was. They didn't have that subhead. And the New York Times does. He goes, well, it's not clear what the documents were or what context the president's name was raised. Because it wasn't. They don't know.
Well, so here's the other problem, though, before you move forward. So what does it say? What does that headline say? Epstein files, right? Now, listen, what you guys got to understand is the term Epstein files has come to mean something very specific.
Right.
When you say Epstein files, everybody thinks who was on the island and who was doing bad things to young girls.
Right.
That's what Epstein files means. What
to
they're
us,
talking about, though,
to us, that's what it means.
No, that's what it's referred to. When you say release the Epstein files, they're talking about they want to know who was on the island, who doing things.
That's what people were asking for, but that's not what the files are.
Listen, I'm explaining it.
Yeah,
so the reality is that the Epstein files are all documentation that Epstein has ever been involved with at any one point in time. It's not just a list of people on an island. So the problem here is, and they know this, the media knows this, when you put his name appeared in the Epstein files, what you're saying is he was on the list of people who went on the island. That's what they want people to believe. Mm-hmm. The reality is that Trump's name is likely in the depositions that Epstein gave back in the early 2000s. And that's why his name is in the files, in all of the documentation of Epstein, because he had a known relationship with him. So the problem is they want to make this connection to make Trump look bad. Listen, I don't know what Trump's past is or isn't. I don't know what he did or didn't do. But I tend to believe that if he had done something and somebody had any sort of evidence on it, that shit would have come out a long time ago. They would have never even let him get to office. So this feels more like a little bit of a runaround to me.
Yeah, no, Shane's completely right. When I say release the Epstein files, I am specifically referring, most people are this way, we are talking about the files of the people that harmed children on the island.
Yes.
People that visited the island, even if it's Stephen, the late great at this moment, Stephen Hawking. If he visited that island, I want to know. I want to lambast and get anyone that was there, and I want to get justice. I want to hang them up. I want to string them up in the town square. But the Epstein files include a lot of things that have nothing to do with the island. He had legal problems before the island was even a factor. So it goes back years and years and years. And everyone that had power in New York knew Epstein. Everyone. Literally everyone. Had connection at some point to Epstein. That was Epstein's whole thing. He connected with powerful people. And I think that he connected with powerful people and then blackmailed them by getting them to do really bad things on an island. That's probably what he did.
Imagine how different this would look if it said Attorney General told Trump his name appeared in Epstein documents. See how different that sounds?
Right.
Than Epstein files. So there's definitely a thing happening. And remember, guys, what just came out? Tulsi Gabbard just put out, they have actual documentation that says Obama approved going after Donald Trump for Russia. So where did that news go? It was gone, right? Because all we're talking about is Trump and Epstein.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
so that's like official government documents telling us that the prior president did something illegal, and now it's gone. It just tells you how much people want to talk about divisiveness as opposed to getting down to the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And the media is pretty much just a wing of the left right now. And hopefully that changes in the future. But at this point, they're going to do whatever, most of them are going to do whatever it takes to keep the narrative that they want in the forefront, in the news cycle. They don't want to talk about their golden boy, Obama, committing
talk about that.
What is effectively treason and usurping the will of the people by attempting to stop President Trump from being president. It's crazy. They're not going to talk about that. Of course not.
And Trump is not going to be able to move the news cycle. He's tried several times now. He's trying to subvert this conversation about Epstein. And maybe it's because, he realizes it's getting in the way of all of the progress and positive things he's doing. It's goofing it up. And what he's got to understand is nobody's going to move on until you throw some transparency at this thing.
Yeah, you got to throw the files out. And I don't know why he wouldn't. We've speculated before. Maybe it's something that's going to hurt the country. Maybe they don't have them. Maybe they just lost them.
Or there is nothing.
Or maybe they just legitimately, they don't have, like the corrupt FBI agents that got their hands on it, deleted the evidence, and they don't got it. And Pam Bondi was lying the whole time, and she don't got shit.
I think what happened is Pam Bondi thought she had stuff, but she didn't know. And I think she spoke before she looked at anything because she was just got in office. They told her they were putting together all the information, and she thought she had it. Okay, she thought she had it, and so she went out there and spoke out her ass when she shouldn't have. She didn't know what she had, and then when she got it all, she went, "Oh shit, we don't have anything. There's nothing here." Well, whether it was destroyed. I mean, I want to know. From what we've heard, there's cameras at this house in this island. There's all these women who were, who were trafficked, right? But now all he had was kitty porn? What?
No, and the most wild thing is when they go, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys, there's nothing. He just had a lot of, CP on his computers." And you're like, no. You made it very clear. Everyone made it very clear that there is tons of video footage of the island of events, which means there's video footage, even if there is let's say there's no Epstein files. There's no blue black book of his crimes. There's video footage of people besides Epstein, abusing thousands of little girls. And by the way, guys,
there should be. There may not be.
Right. By the way, when they say, "Oh, Epstein," as far as we know, Epstein did this on his own. I don't think a single man can abuse that many people. It requires more. If there are 1,000, what did you say? Nearly 1,200 victims. How did Jeffrey Epstein abuse 1,200 kids? That's crazy.
Well, you could ask Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He said he slept with 1,000 women. But, the whole point is, I mean, I'm not saying that's the case, but what I'm trying to say is, Trump, this is his fallacy. What's Trump's one fallacy? He never admits when he's wrong.
Right.
He will not admit that he's wrong. And here's the problem. They might have been wrong about the Epstein information and what it was. But guess what, guys? He's never going to come out and say, "Oh, well, we were wrong." He's just not going to.
Right.
And so he is in a catch-22 like nobody's business.
Right.
He wants this to go away. He thinks there's not a lot in it. There's not anything you can get. There's no meat and potatoes to this. He wants it to go away so he can focus on the positive things he's doing. But his attempt to push it away is making us focus on it even more. And that's the real problem here.
Yeah. How can we not
Wilt
focus on it?
Chamberlain. Thank you, Anthony. You're right.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. That's what I meant. You know, the wild thing about this is they have to have something more than just the edited prison footage, right? And the fact that they gave us a spliced together video is so unprofessional. Talk about an empty chain of possession. They spliced together a video, left the metadata in the video to show that it was two files that were spliced together in Adobe Premiere, of all things. And you put that out to the public? You thought that would wet our whistle? Us watching a video that is cut, that's where the 3 minutes are cut out? That is just going to fan the flames. It would have been better if you had not released the video. You released a video to a bunch of conspiracy theorists, essentially, that skipped 3 minutes randomly. Whoa! What do you expect us to do with that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And in this day, in this day of AI, it doesn't prove anything. That's the other problem. Is it no longer video footage really no longer proves anything, as South Park just proved to us.
The wild thing is, like, you didn't even need AI if you really wanted to, like, let's say you only had 2 files and it was missing 3 minutes. Nothing was malicious. With very basic understanding of Adobe Premiere, you could have spliced it together and not seen a 3-minute jump.
Well, what's the point of why they cut the jump out? What's their reasoning?
What Pam Bondi said was that every night at midnight, the system resets itself for a few minutes, which it's a high security.
Well, there's your 3 minutes where they killed him.
Yeah.
I guess there you go.
Here's the problem, guys.
That's the problem. They knew that.
She thinks that's a good explanation. Can I tell you what that is?
It's a proof or applause.
Yeah, all it does is gives more credit to the fact that he was murdered, right? And they waited for the system to reset itself
in the 3 minutes.
So I have multiple questions. Here's one. Ready? Why is one of the most secure, maximum security prisons on the planet have a system so old that you lose 3 minutes every 12 hours?
I have no idea.
Second question. Why would you tell us that?
There has to be a reason.
You should not have told us. You shouldn't have released the video. You're just making it worse. We're not getting anything we want to see. We're not getting anyone to bring to justice. And all you're doing is fanning the flames.
Well, once again, Kash Patel screws himself by saying, listen, I know that he didn't kill himself because I've seen the footage where it would have been impossible for someone to go in or go out. We would have seen it.
Right.
And then, sorry, Director Patel, there's 3 minutes where they reset the cameras. I forgot to tell you that before you went out there. So you missed like 3 minutes. I mean, they're totally screwing themselves.
This is the same guy that before he was FBI director, he goes, Epstein 100% was killed. There's no way there's no possible way he could have committed suicide under those conditions. They are lying to you. He was killed, and we're going to find out who killed him. Then he becomes FBI director, and he goes, I saw the footage. He 100% killed himself. And then 2 weeks later, here's the footage. There's 3 minutes missing. Holy shit, bro! Are you kidding me? This is the worst. This is the worst possible scenario for you in every way. Yeah. All right, so this is what the article says, and you're gonna see right now. This is like a big giant nothing burger. They want to put as many articles as they can out there that connects Trump's name to Epstein. I would like someone to start putting out all the articles of Epstein and all the other high profile celebrities and politicians, because there's so many. There are so many. For every picture you see of Trump, there's 1,000 pictures with other high profile people that are behind the scenes. He's like a cockroach.
Not saying that any of them did anything bad.
And we're not saying
he knew a lot of people.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We're saying the dude ran in those circles. That was his business. His business was managing money of rich people, which means he had to rub shoulders with a bunch of rich, powerful people. So what I'm saying is, when you see a picture of Trump with Epstein, that's like seeing a cockroach in your kitchen. That's the one
true.
picture you see. But behind the cabinet are 1,000 more cockroaches.
That's a good analogy.
All right. That's what it says. Attorney General Pam Bondi informed President Trump in the spring that his name appeared in the Jeffrey Epstein files, according to 3 people with knowledge of the exchange.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Go ahead. I have the same criticism.
I hate this. What 3 people knowledge of the exchange?
Yeah, fuck off.
Okay, so this means it didn't come from Trump's inner circle. We know that. So it didn't come from anybody in that meeting. So what does that mean? That means this information came from somebody in her office. Okay, you got a lot of people still in the government who don't like Trump.
Right.
And it came from a conversation perhaps that she overheard, that somebody else heard, and then they called the New York Times. So there's no real evidence that she directly told them other than he said, she said, they said, and now I'm going to call New York Times.
Yeah, here we go. Here, let's just go there real quick. They're lying.
I doubt that.
I mean, what? You doubt that? These are the same people that, what did you say earlier? Want to kill the guy. You don't think manufacturing some fake sources is not a thing?
I'm not saying New York Times. Okay, you're saying New York Times is lying or the people are lying?
No, I'm saying the people are lying.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm going.
Specifically to the Washington.
Or not that they're lying, but that, no, they really had that conversation, but it's not true necessarily.
Right.
Or maybe it's partially true.
This is
what I'm saying.
Like, this is not someone saying this person's going to play Batman in an upcoming movie where the source needs to be protected. This is a person that is alluding to the president of the United States being a pedophile. I would like to know who that is.
Yeah, according to 3 people with knowledge of the exchange. Do you know what knowledge of the exchange might mean?
Literally.
That you heard somebody told you that the exchange occurred. No, these aren't people, according to 3 people who saw the exchange, who heard the exchange, who were there during the exchange, who helped make the exchange, who was rubbing Trump's shoulders during the exchange. No, it's somebody who has knowledge of the exchange.
Yeah, according to this person that was rubbing Trump's feet during the Pam Bondi meeting. No. All right, so we can continue with the disclosure came as part of a broader briefing on the re-examination of the case against Mr. Epstein. By the way, I don't need to call this guy Mr. anything. Okay, he's a pedophile. He's rotten in hell. I'm just going to call him Epstein.
Call him Mr. Epstein, really?
Yeah, it's a weird thing to call him Mr. Epstein, who died in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. I like how they didn't say, they didn't specify how he died.
That's weird.
That is a little weird, right?
It's almost like they want to feed the conspiracy. Because in the past, they would have put who committed suicide.
Right.
They would have. That's interesting. See, these guys are smart. They really want to put as much heat and pressure on Trump as possible. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that they now have taken a different point on this.
Yeah. By FBI agents and prosecutors, it was made by Miss Bondi during a meeting that also included the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and covered a variety of topics. Miss Bondi frequently met with Mr. Trump to brief him on various matters, officials said. That's true. Miss Bondi and Mr. Blanche, both of whom previously served as lawyers for Mr. Trump, informed the president that his name, as well as those of other high-profile figures, had come up in their re-examination of the documents connected to the case that had not been previously made public. Okay, stop. Full stop. Are there Epstein files or not?
In what context? I think we've already made that clear.
Right, but the problem is...
There are paperwork about Epstein.
Okay, so you're saying there's no Epstein files, but there is these files that do have these names. So why can't we just release those files? If Trump's in there, who cares? Let us see them. What's it going to matter?
Oh, the people who are actually listed part of it is because a lot of this was done under a grand jury. So a lot of this information was done that can't be released to the public. It's actually illegal to release it to the public. So if you guys know anything about grand juries, a lot of times when you give a deposition for a grand jury, it's unreleasable. So the judge actually in the case of this said, I'm sorry, my hands are tied. I can't release this information. So there is information that he gave we will never hear because it's private. It's legally private. But I don't think there's anything in that deposition that Jeffrey Epstein said, these are the people that were on my island having sex with minors.
Whose privacy are they protecting, though? The guy is dead.
They aren't protecting privacy. It's legal. It's a lawful. It's not about a person. It's about any of the testimony given that's in secret or that's in complete private.
Wild.
So you can't, it's like a sealed court document. You can't unseal it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just one of those things. So a lot of that documentation can't be released, but they should release every damn piece of thing that they possibly can.
100%.
And I have a feeling that the Trump administration doesn't want to feed this. They don't want to feed this fire. But the problem is they're going to have to. Because they're not willing to say they made a mistake. If you were willing to say, I made a mistake, we made a mistake, there wasn't the information that we thought was going to be there, and hey, it just wasn't there. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Blame it on the last administration if you want. That's what they probably would do. Who knows what they got rid of before we came into office? People will believe that, actually.
Right.
So if they're not willing to do that, then the only other thing they can do is release everything that they've got. And the sad part about it is people will never believe it's everything.
Well, on that topic, though, this happened about 6 hours ago. Trump bids to release Epstein grand jury files. What secrets might they hold? Lawyers say grand jury transcripts might not provide much insight compared with documents still held by FBI and DOJ. Come on, give me the documents. So he's trying to get Pam Bondi to, quote unquote, release all grand jury testimony with respect to Jeffrey Epstein, subject only to court approval. Is that a cope?
Well, that's the problem. So subject to court approval, but they know that the court or the judge is at least saying that their hands are tied. So it's like I said, you're going to have to get a whole lot more transparent about this shit because you're now down a rabbit hole that you can't get out of unless let me tell you how you get out of it. You fire Bondi, you fire Patel, you fire both of them and say, look, they screwed up. They got to go. Okay. And listen, and and then hire somebody and then give as much information as you can. Okay. We made a mistake and somebody's got to be punished for that. So they're gone. So if you do that, then you got a chance, but he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Pam is very, very loyal to him. Cash is he's not going to fire him.
He's not going to leave Pam.
So they're just going to have to hope that this information eventually passes. And there's always going to be a portion of people who don't trust him as a result of what's happening here, despite all the good things he's doing as president.
Well, this is what Miss Bondi said. As part of our routine briefing, we made the president aware of the findings. Mrs. Bondi and Mr. Blanche wrote in a statement in response to questions about the briefing which took place in May, nothing in the files warranted further investigation or prosecution.
She should have had a damn press conference. She should have came out right away. Instead of this getting broke by other people, she should have came out and had a big press conference and said, okay, this is what we know. Okay. And this is what happened. We thought we had information. We don't. Okay. It's not here. I don't know. We don't know what happened to it, if it ever existed, but we don't have it. And She didn't do that, man. She waited too long until she got questioned on it and she got pushed in the corner. And then she finally broke. This is bad optics.
It is. Well, let us know what you guys think about it. I got nothing else to tell about the story. Look, I want the Epstein, give me all the Epstein files. Here's the problem. Some people need to burn. A lot of minors were abused by Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts and people that he was blackmailing or whatever. Jeffrey Epstein's dead. Some other people need to pay for these crimes. And I don't care if they're the President of the United States or the guy who works at Taco Bell. It doesn't matter. If you touched a kid, it's time.
You're going down.
You're going down. Period. The end. I don't care if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 multi-trillion-dollar company. I don't care if you're the guy who works at Domino's. I don't care who you are or how much power you have or how much money you have or what. And here's the deal. or what it's going to do to the economy. I don't care. If you touched a kid, you got to go. And we need to have the information. At the very least, what if we don't? Maybe we don't get the information, but we need to see some prosecution. Heads need to roll. Heads need to roll.
And this, I think you're getting to the crux of what is the problem. Let's say there are people in these documentations. Let's say there's names, but there's no proof and there's no evidence. If you put their names out there, that they were, let's say they were on the island, and being on the island doesn't prove that you did anything wrong, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, but
he knew a lot of people. I bet he took a lot of people there.
Yeah, but on the island is one step closer to you being a bad guy.
But the point is, you're not necessarily a bad guy because you flew on Epstein's plane.
Right.
Let's be clear. We don't want a fucking witch hunt.
No, we don't.
Okay. We be very careful, because witch hunt is exactly what it'll be. And one of the other reasons why I think that this information isn't coming out, and Trump has alluded to this to some degree, is you start flittering names out there of guys who are close, just like is happening with Trump right now. What is the assumption by everybody? Trump's guilty. Everybody who hates Trump right now, all they can say is he's guilty, right? The moment you throw these other dudes' names out there that had something to do with Epstein, they're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. And don't tell me any different. That's exactly what we will all think about them. So you have to have some judicious. If you don't have some evidence or proof that they did something wrong, you're going to destroy their fucking lives.
Okay, then instead of seeing the documents, we need to see some actual prosecutions going on and have investigations. Right. Don't tell us, there's nothing there. He did it all himself. He just had some CP.
No, maybe he didn't do it all himself, but maybe the evidence is fucking gone. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, I think their hands are fucking tied here, man. I think whatever videotapes they had of whoever was doing bad things on that island never made it to this administration.
I mean, don't they have flight logs of people that went to the island?
What doesn't matter. You can't do shit with flight logs.
You can talk to them.
Yeah,
on the island.
And then what?
See if they perjure themselves.
I was on the island.
Get more information. What about people that worked there? Get eyewitness testimony.
Oh, there ain't nobody who worked there.
A lot of people worked there.
There are people on the island. There
was a staff of over 100 people worked on the island. Yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's all part of the investigative work that they're doing. And maybe what I'm saying is there's no evidence. This feels to me like there's no evidence. It feels to me like there's no evidence, because if there was some evidence, I feel like there would be some things happening. There's really no point in everybody both sides of the political aisle protecting everyone. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I get that. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, they go, oh, well, Trump is protecting himself because he's on a list. He went to the island. Guys, if that was the case, he would not be president right now. That information would have came out a long, long time ago.
I mean, when he killed him, when he was arrested, that's when the investigations began. If they would have known, if Trump had been on that island, you telling me that shit, come on.
Dude,
I mean, we got to be realistic about this.
Yeah, they tried to kill him like 3 times. Like they would have no issue. Dude, they would stab their own in the back if it meant Trump not being president.
100% true.
So if Trump was on the island, there'd be 100, and there was evidence of it. There 100% would have already came out. It's crazy to think any otherwise. And his name being in the depositions and whatever. Yeah, he knew the guy for 10 years. So
it's frustrating.
And the article even says, and many, many others. Not one many, too many's. Like, come on, guys.
And it's frustrating because he's actually doing good for our country. Though he's fixing everything he promised to fix.
Yeah, he's doing everything he promised.
Okay, he's fixing it all. And
except for releasing the Epstein files.
He never promised to release the Epstein files.
Well, he sort of did, though.
No, he didn't. So I can go back and show you lots of video footage where he specifically said.
He said, "Well, we got to see what's in it." But he didn't want to commit to not doing it, but he didn't commit to doing it. It was not a
platform he ran on, bro. It is not one of his promises.
Well, he did promise to release other stuff, like the JFK files. And
I think they've released a lot of JFK and Martin Luther King stuff.
Right.
So, if not most.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to pull out Here's the alien document. Here's the alien Area 51 documentation. Here's the real Roswell incident. Just stop talking about Epstein. Here's all the stuff we have on aliens. Please stop talking about Epstein.
That actually might help, actually.
Yeah, it might. I mean, you want me to stop talking about Epstein? Show me this getting on the aliens. I think I care more about aliens than I care about Epstein. I gotta be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed with aliens my entire life. So
that tells you he doesn't know shit about aliens, bro.
Right.
Because
he would have dropped that
already
shit.
seen the news cycle.
That tells you the government is not hiding aliens.
Right.
Because if they were, they would have brought the bodies out already.
That shit would have already come out, right?
100%, my dude. Well, let us know what you guys think in the chat and in the comments. So we're going to move on. Okay. We got a super chat from Joe Cronin. Long time no see,
up,
my
Joe?
dude. Joe Cronin in the house. Our boy. We've actually, we've known Joan for a while now. We haven't seen you around these parts in a while. Maybe you just don't chat a lot. And he said there's a Star Trek Strange New Worlds trailer. All right. Okay, let's watch it.
Oh, God.
Let's watch it.
Why are you making me do this?
Why not?
Joe, I got PTSD from this show.
Yeah. Let's go. Strange New Worlds Season 4 trailer. Here we go. All right, we're going to...
You can get live reaction.
It just launched. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. This is going to...
Should I be nervous?
Yeah. This is going to bother you. Here we go, guys. This is the new Strange New World Season 4 trailer. It just dropped at San Diego Comic-Con. By the way, how far has Comic-Con fallen when this is like one of their big Comic-Con release trailers? Jeez. This is, you know what's funny? Someone's like, hey, I didn't know Comic-Con was going on. I'm like, neither did I, bro. Guess what? Very few people care. Like, it went from like one of the most packed events of all time to like 20% capacity. All right, here we go.
What the fuck are you doing here? What is this?
The second I saw the thumbnail, I knew you were going to lose your mind. Oh my God, this is so bad.
Oh, Jesus.
This is so
Christ,
bad
okay?
in every way. Oh my God, it's so bad. All right, here we go.
Hit it.
How about instead of Strange New World, a strange fucking TV show?
You heard me say hit it, right? Spock? Anyone?
They don't have the budget for more puppets.
Well, what's the point of this? To show that they're just not going to do actual Star Trek? Is this what?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, to show it that, oh, we're silly, goofy Star Trek now. Ha, ha, ha. Don't you love us? No, we don't. We don't like you at all.
I'd like to thank you, Joe, for the $5, but I'm not going to thank you for what we just watched. I can't.
Thank you, Joe. Joe probably left already.
Show the picture of the other PTSD you gave me today on your Twitter post
Oh God.
for Starfleet Academy.
Here we guys go. Hey guys, here new Klingon in Starfleet Academy. That is that's a
sexually ambiguous Klingon.
That's what that is. That is a probably homosexual Klingon. So, congratulations, Star Trek. This is where we're at right now. This is what we're doing. I do not get it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
We hope your new owners are paying attention.
Oh, God. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Okay. Oh my God, it's so stupid.
Oh, yeah, big time. Well, Akiva's shitty at writing his own stuff, anyways. Yeah, no, of course he's going to rip off everything from the original series and then just fuck it all up. Good job, Akiva.
Matthew McGee,
Thank you, Matt.
Strange New World writers rip off superiorly written episodes. Yeah.
Hey, everybody who needs woke stuff to talk about, you can still attack Star Trek. Go
Oh
crazy.
yeah, you got at least one more. You got another season of Academy. Like, if you want woke stuff, just attack the stuff that's coming out now that was finished last year.
That's true.
You know, not all of it, but a lot of it. All right. Okay.
I told you I was hopeful, bro. Why you got to show me this stuff?
I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Star Trek is dead. You gotta know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, it died a couple.
Yeah,
died,
Star Trek is
died
dead.
after Picard season 3.
Yeah, it's dead. Like and they're just what they're doing right now is they're like Weekend at Bernie's. They're dragging a dead body around, and they're puppeting its hands. It's dead. It's dead, and I don't think it's gonna come back for a while.
Kurtzman's trying to collect his paycheck. That's what he's doing.
Okay, let's talk about this. MAGA, or whatever you want to pronounce it, Senator Mike Lee and others, some prominent, very prominent right-wing, influencers, falls for fake letter that it is, generated by AI. The subhead says, why are President Trump's supporters so easy to fool on social media? It's not me. It's not President Trump's supporters. It's this idiot. Okay?
It's anybody in an echo chamber, frankly speaking.
Right. So Senator Mike Lee, a Republican from Utah, posted an extremely excited tweet on Tuesday about Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and a letter announcing his resignation. The only problem was the letter was fake, something that previously been a big problem for Lee. Lee said, Powell's out! And he shared a screenshot. Here's a screenshot. By the way, so did Benny Johnson. You know who Benny Johnson is, right?
Yep.
Benny Johnson also tweeted that. And here's the Mike Lee. Here's the screenshot, right? I'm just going to zoom in, Shane. And you tell me what you see here, bro.
I cannot see it, sir.
All right, here we go.
The president, the White House.
What do you see right there?
Wow, AI. That's definitely an AI stamp.
Yep. AI, just in case you guys didn't know, AI has a problem with text. So there's actually there's three things AI really struggles with. For some reason, hands. It's weird how they can get eyes and other fine details almost perfect, but hands seem to elude them. And text. Very specifically, designed text. It does okay with like written text like this, where it's like an OCR kind of thing. But text that's designed, it just really can't do. And when you look at those two things, also weird lighting issues with appendages. Like it doesn't understand lighting sometimes. Anyways, I'm not gonna get too deep into that.
You know what the problem is with this, Brian? The people who have this like weird government porn fantasy fetish where they want something to happen so bad that they're willing to create something so that people think it happened. It's like a sickness, in my opinion. People who create material that is just, false, outside of being, I know some people are just trolls and they want to screw with people, but there's a lot of people who create shit because they want it to come true.
Right.
And it gets them attention. And so this is like one of those situations where you get like the perfect storm where somebody with credibility puts it out and then it just unleashes a horde of people because you trust that person by putting this out, right? When a senator puts something out, I promise you, everybody following that senator who believes him is also going to put that out.
I gotta be honest, even more so, Benny Johnson. That senator doesn't have the reach Benny Johnson does.
True. I mean, Ben Johnson. Yeah, you're right. But that senator should have made a phone call before he tweeted. And a lot of these government officials are, retweeting and putting shit out before making sure on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Here's the thing. Shane's completely right. The echo chamber is a problem. I've already made it clear. Shane and I are right of center. I think I'm a little more right than he is. But that doesn't matter because truth is truth. And we're not going to make something up because it fits our worldview. And we're going to report on things regardless of what side of the aisle it's coming from. You might call Benny Johnson an ally, right? We probably have very similar views. But you got to call balls and strikes. That was more than an F up. You told millions of people something that was completely wrong, generated by AI. Here's the worst part about it. I didn't see a follow-up. I didn't see anyone saying, oh, my bad. They got me,
Yeah.
No, he just sort of ignores it. He lets the engagement keep piling up for a bunch of other idiots or gullible people that haven't noticed. He wants the engagements. He wants the views. He wants the likes because he gets paid on Twitter and he gets paid on YouTube for guess what? Engagement.
Yeah, and you can't blame anybody at the bottom of the pyramid for this. Like, those aren't idiots. They're not stupid people. Maybe you who are very good at AI and understanding that stuff and are seeing that stuff might have noticed it, but the rest of us wouldn't have a fucking clue.
That's true.
So you can't blame anybody underneath Ben, underneath the senator. Those are the two that are most culpable. And you don't want to know why? You want to know why they got it wrong? Because they want to be first so bad.
So bad.
And when you want to be first so bad so that you get that engagement and you get the clicks, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Whether you're left or right, if you would rather be first than right, you're wrong.
Yep.
If you would rather be first than correct, you're incorrect. That is the wrong way to do it, especially if you have the responsibility, if you have been gifted the privilege of informing people of the news, of information. You want to be right. And when you're wrong, you need to retract it and you need to tell people you were wrong. It is not only dishonest, but in my opinion, it's immoral to allow a lie that you know is a lie to fester because you effed up.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
Take note.
And by the way, I like Benny Johnson. I don't have a problem
with
that.
But it says a lot about your character.
Right.
Take the L. People are very afraid to take L's these days. They think it's going to destroy them. Listen, it's not. It's just going to make you stronger. Take the L.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. A little lie. Okay. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think in the chat and in the comment section. And Benny, if you ever watch this, I doubt you will because we're much smaller than you. Bro, retractions, dude. Okay?
Corrections are okay.
Corrections, whatever you want to do. But correct it. Correct the record. Okay, my bro? All right. We got to talk about the WNBA, Shane.
Okay.
What I expected you to say there was, why?
Oh, I can think of lots of reasons why, but
let's try it again.
I'm surprised that you want to talk about it.
I want to try it again. Shane, we need to talk about the WNBA.
Why?
Because they're in the news.
Okay. Well, there you
go. So the WNBA has a very interesting ad campaign. And we talked a little bit about this on the Salty Nerd, but it's not my fault that I had already picked this article as a bonus article in case we got this far. So,
I can guess what it is already. I don't even know what this story is, but I know exactly what he's going to show us right now.
What am I going to show you?
Let her cook.
Yes. A new ad campaign by the folks over at the WNBA, sponsored by Gatorade. Let her cook. Holy crap.
Listen, I love this. I love this branding.
The best thing
I think
ever.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
This is the best thing I've seen this year. I love this campaign more than anything in the world. The fact that it's sponsored by the NBA, it's all over billboards, it's on merch, towels, shirts.
This section, I'll wear my Miami Dolphins hat.
The fact that the new motto sponsored by Gatorade for a women's basketball group is called Let Her Cook is beyond hilarious.
I love it.
We're at this is something I would expect South Park to do.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is exactly, and they may actually. Do this.
I expect they did a WNBA episode and hey guys, let her cook. That would have been hilarious. And Matt Cadiz said something on the Saturday show. I think he might be right. There might be a clever young marketing exec that thought this up as a goof, and a bunch of really dumb, out of touch, progressive marketing execs thought it was a good idea, and he was too afraid to say he was joking.
I mean, that would be a funny story, but I would even go one step further that they're in such danger that they're making so little money that they went ahead and approved this thing right out because they knew it would get people talking about it. Because honestly, they're in trouble. Like the WNBA is being basically their bill is being footed, I believe, by the NBA. And not that we talk about sports a lot. I mean, it's just nobody wants to watch women play basketball, unfortunately. Very few people do. And so they got to spice up their sports somehow. And the only way they can get people to maybe talk about it, but even slogans like this aren't going to make people go watch their games. They're going to have more interesting dynamics and people like Caitlin Clark, the white girl who's like a really good basketball player.
Right.
That the black girls were really jealous of.
Oh, yeah.
She was getting so much attention, right?
Shane Gillis said that when she retires from the WNBA, she's going to have to get a job at a Waffle House so she can do what she likes to do and fight black women.
That was actually pretty funny.
It's really funny.
But they need more people, more characters like that if they want their sport to work.
Yeah, apparently people like her a lot. She's really good.
She's good. She's exciting to watch play basketball.
Right.
And that's what you need. You need people excited, who are exciting to watch in order for people to go watch them. There's only so much. You guys think about it. How expensive it is to go watch sports? It is so freaking expensive to go do anything involved in entertainment. But, to go watch a football game and to have decent seats, you're going to spend $300 a ticket.
Right.
And so you can only go watch so many sporting events. And guess what? You're not going to go watch if you don't have the money for it. You're not going to go watch the ones that are the most boring.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so here's the deal. The reason, and I'm not going to get too much into this because we just talked about this. And so a lot of people here already heard it.
I didn't talk about it. What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry, bro. You
already talked about it. So
sorry, a lot of people here already heard of this. But bottom line,
finally cover a sport thing, and I don't get to talk about it.
They are complaining nonstop about not getting paid what the men get paid. But bottom line is they do not make what the men make. This is basic math. An employee that makes the company more money is going to make more money. That's the way it works.
All day long.
This is not rocket science, guys. Employee A makes the company $1 million. Employee A is going to get paid more than the employee B who makes the company $1,000. Sorry to say, it's the way it is.
Honestly, they should really pay NBA players more for because they're paying for the WNBA to be out there.
Yeah, they're supplementing it. Yeah. So, but I did want to read this. This is from Marca.com, and it talks about the Let Her Cook design. You know what I think is hilarious? Can I tell this? I looked for news articles about this because I think this is one of the funniest things I've seen in years of ad campaigns. There is nothing. There's no Wall Street Journal, no Variety, no Deadline, no ESPN, no news sites. Like recognizable, reputable news sites are talking about this phenomenon. I can't.
Why?
I don't know why. Why wouldn't they?
Because it's too hot to touch. Like if you're a left-wing media, what do you do? You don't want to bring attention. All they're trying to protect the WNBA. They're on the side of the WNBA. Women aren't getting paid enough. They're trying to fight their battle for them. If they weighed in on this, what does it do? It highlights their hypocrisy.
Well,
so they're definitely not going to talk about it.
I love this. The person who wrote this article was walking on eggshells trying to not invoke the mob.
Yeah.
And this is what they said. Intended as a tribute to the league's legend like Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker. I don't know who the people are, by the way. So, like, they're legends to who? Who are they legends to?
They're legends in their own minds.
I know Caitlin Clark. That's what I know. As well as current stars. The campaign instead sparked controversy due to its slogan and perceived cultural implications. Man, they are just like tiptoeing, right? Critics of the campaign voiced concerns that the slogan, rather than empowering female athletes, unintentionally invoked traditional expectations of women's place in the kitchen. The phrase "let her cook" is commonly associated to mean allowing someone to demonstrate their skill or talent. However, some audiences, I'm not saying it's me, but some audiences, interpret it as reinforcing outdated gender stereotypes that confine women to domestic roles. I thought that was so funny.
I think it's hilarious. Well, and for years, who were all of the most famous chefs?
Women.
Men.
Oh, yeah. For years. Now,
Men
but now
were
it's
the
women.
famous chefs.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to become more women, but men were the famous chefs, but the women were cooking at home. So It's very interesting. Let her cook. Yeah, I totally agree. And listen, if you're a woman and you want to cook at home, go cook at home. If you want to go cook in business, go cook in business. If you want to cook in basketball, go cook in basketball. I don't give a shit. Go cook all you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Let me tell you what we need to have. More advertising like this. Because, listen, no matter how she cooks, it's okay.
Yeah, here's the deal, guys. I have never watched a single WNBA game. I've never looked at a single WNBA article. I have no interest in the WNBA. I have very little interest in the NBA. I have very little interest in sports in general. To get me to talk about something means that I think your ad campaign, maybe you didn't mean it to work this way, but it inadvertently worked.
Right.
I just read the names of people I've never heard of before for the first time ever and the last time, I'm assuming. So, whatever your intended purpose for this campaign was, somehow it actually was effective and hilarious. All right.
Well said.
Thank you, sir. That's it for the show. We are going to the members section here pretty soon. Shane, you have something to wrap up before we leave?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for watching as always. If you're not familiar with it, we are going to the member section where we're going to be talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. And you guys have had some really great comments today in the comment section, and I look forward to engaging with you guys when we get over there. But if you can't come, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. If you get out there and support, it's one of the things that Brian and I that we wanted to talk about, that I wanted to talk about this week, but it wasn't in there, and maybe because it's not such a hot topic, is really the fact that the theaters are dying, and people going to the movies are dying, and I'm really, really concerned about that experience. That's an experience I really love, and I feel like that industry is slowly dying. We have half the number of people going to the movies this in 2024 than went in 2013. Right. I know that has a lot to do with pricing and things happening. So I hope in the future we end up talking about a story like that, bro, because I really want to bring some focus on the fact that people aren't going to the movies as much.
We did talk about that, and I completely forgot, Shane. I'm sorry.
Totally okay, because I know we talked about some really interesting stuff today, but maybe next week after Fantastic Four has had a chance to see what its money is doing.
Let's do that. Next week we'll talk about that.
We know where Superman's going to land.
Because I think that's an interesting topic.
About that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting
It's
topic.
a really good topic. And I did some research to show some evidence of what's happening. Right. And I think everybody should be concerned. And these movie theaters, we got to figure out how they can start charging less, let you maybe bring in some of your own stuff. I don't know. Something's got to happen.
Yeah, it shouldn't cost $40 for 4 drinks and a popcorn. It's ridiculous.
It's at your place. Maybe it's that. At my place, that would be $52
Well,
for 4 drinks. And
it's
popcorn.
$40 after my 25% discount.
After you will see you're paying for that discount. So, what I'm saying is like you take a family of 4, and we talked about this. It's $160 to go to the movies for a family of 4 to get a soda, popcorn, and a candy.
Yeah.
And go see a movie.
It's almost $200. You know what I've learned? When we're going to watch a movie, because we're going to cover it on another channel or whatever, I just buy one ticket. And I just don't take my family. I go at like 2:00 in the afternoon when no one expects me to be at the movies. Everything's dead, and I can just go walk in there. I shove a Coke Zero in my pocket, and I just sip that Coke Zero for a couple hours, and then I leave. That's it. I spend $8.
And you can do that, but most people taking their families can't. So
right. I just can't. I can't afford my family anymore. All right, guys, we're going to leave. Again, if you want to join us in the member section, it's pretty simple. Hit the join button, bottom left, right below the logo, I believe. We're going to go over there right now. We're going to spend a lot of time in there just hanging out with you guys. We're going to look at some memes. We're going to chat back and forth. We get a little loose. I take my pants off. Shane starts cursing a lot. It's a weird experience, but it's really... think about it. It's a personal experience that you can only get by being a member of the channel. And that's where we're going. We take the gloves off. We don't avoid anything because guess what? No one can see. None of the haters can see it. So if you want to join us, come on down, hit the join button, or Kenneth the Rogue just gave 5 memberships. Woo! So 5 people that weren't members just got memberships. Guess what, guys? You can join us in there. Get the experience. Man. Thank you, Kenneth the Rogue. You're the man, dude. I love this.
Kenneth's like guy. Oprah, dude.
Kenneth's the man.
You get a membership. You get a membership. Yeah.
Like last week, he gave like 10 memberships away. Like at the top of the show, too. They weren't even like 10 people in the stream yet, and he was like 10 memberships. I love you, bro. So, guys, I just noticed, Winters, Wolf Den, Dave B, Nuki, Ken Kersey, Soulfiend, you just got memberships, so no reason not to be in the members section. I hope you can join us. Here's the deal. What's going to happen right now is that when we end the stream, it's going to redirect you after the end, like after the credit. It's going to redirect you to that member section. It's called a handshake. If you're already a member, it's just going to start right away. But if you don't get redirected for some reason, just click on the logo, click on live, and click on the very first thing that you see that's live. That's the members video, because we're going to stop this and immediately start that. And if you're not going to join us, you're not a member, you're not going to become a member, you didn't get a membership today, that's cool. We'll be back next week. We love you so much. Shane?
We love you guys. See you soon. Take care.
All right.
Here comes the...